First and 10 as we resume play here. It's going to be 2x2 gun for College Park. Motion across the formation, 3x1 look. Hughes is going to quick spin, throw it to the right side, complete to Cromartie, or is it? No, incomplete. It hit the ground.
I like the way you sold it, though.
Yep, Cromartie was upset there because he knew he was running that into the end zone. They had the blocks on that side if he had been able to pull that in cleanly, but just couldn't quite do it, so it's going to make it 2nd and 10. It's the first time tonight, maybe the second time, that Cromartie's been able to touch the ball. As Jackson was saying a moment ago, College Park has not been able to get down the field vertically and get the receivers really heavily involved. It's been those hitch routes, the flare routes so far to the likes of Stiles, Snodgrass, and Stevens. There's Hughes riding in the handoff to Stevens up the middle. He's going to bounce off of Eisenhower, tackles close to the end zone. They're going to mark him down at the 1, saying he's just short.
Just short, and there you have it. Oh, man. Getting pushed right there down at the line, but I was surprised. I thought they were going to give it to him, but you would say maybe half a yard right there with this goal line. Yeah, but Stevens, nice run.
Quick snap for Hughes, touchdown College Park. Just straight ahead for Camden Hughes to push the advantage to 16-0 for College Park. Now the Cavs are starting to create that space that we were talking about a couple moments ago that would be crucial in a game like this where you want to eliminate any confidence that your opponent may have coming into the game, and College Park's starting to build that lead now and try and slowly sap that away from Eisenhower's Beckett Koch, the man who always comes on to do the PAT and kicking duties for College Park, does it all, kicking and punting. So Koch has his PAT lined up here.
He's been perfect all season, including the playoffs right now.
Good snap, kick is up, and good, extending lead 17-0 for the Cavaliers. 4:33 on the clock in the second quarter.
So that'd be 62 for 62 on the season with his PATs, including the postseason.
Yep. Not great with percentages, but that seems good.
I think that's 100%.
Yeah, I think 100's good.
Yeah, 100's good. 100's pretty good. I know that we were told that there would be no math tonight. We have our trusty phones to calculate if we have to do some division, but other than that, it's been all College Park, as you can see, leading 17-0.
Yes, it is, and they've just got to keep playing the defense that we've seen them play so far here tonight and just keep Eisenhower completely at bay on that side of things, and just they haven't been under any threat whatsoever on that side to this point in the game, so Cavs just need to keep that up, and they will extend on the scoreboard as we've seen, despite not, running up and down the field necessarily. Slow and steady is doing the job here tonight so far for College Park. Koch has his kickoff lined up, ready to send it back deep to Ike. And he puts his foot through it here, going to send it. It's going to be in the field of play. Eisenhower's going to take it and try and return it, but it's blown dead.
He waved his hand, and then he started to run with it. Yeah, Washington was able to get that fair catch, trying to get a fast one past the referees, but I saw it. Even though it was just like a quick wave, but the way that he was coming down to return it, he wanted to try to get a fast one on those referees.
Yeah, and it was actually kind of a tricky kick to field, too, because it looked like it was going to hit just in front of the return man, so did well to actually catch that without having a calamity potentially on his hands. So the ball will be marked at the 25-yard line of Eisenhower as the Eagle offense comes back out onto the field. Looks like they're showing a split backs situation in the backfield, at least initially here. That's what they're going to do. So have had several people in the backfield here tonight for Eisenhower. Going to fake the handoff, go around the right side. There is room. Biggest play of the night so far for the Eisenhower offense. 13-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, Eugene Durst able to get a nice stretch play to get this first down. And this is the first down for Eisenhower since the actual personal foul that gave him the first down of the night. So that's their first earned first down, I would say. Right?
Yes, I believe it is. Yeah, because the other one came via penalty when they got a roughing the passer call on College Park. That was the only other first down. So 1st and 10 for Ike out of the gun. They're going to ride in the handoff to the running back. Heavy penetration in the backfield. Once again, a recurring theme here tonight. Going to back it up 3 yards. Loss of 3 on that play.
Yet again, number 8, Lane Legger, able to attack his way through the line, able to find a little bit of room and make the stop, and that was on Elijah Dixon. And here you go.
Yep, so that ball is marked on the 35. Eisenhower on their own 35-yard line. Make it 2nd and 13 after, again, that loss of 3. This is a really fun kind of game to play in if you're a College Park linebacker. Just classic style gap shooting. Just get in there and wreak havoc. Play downhill. Direct snap, right-hand side on the sweep. Good tackle on the edge there by College Park. Didn't catch the number on that tackle.
I think that was Durst. I think that was Durst again, number 2. But, yeah, Jonah Din was able to come in and make that tackle.
Yeah, kind of chop him down on the edge there. Good tackle by Din, not letting him get the edge because you can see with these Eisenhower guys, Jackson, if they get the edge, they're probably going to be gone. You can tell they've got some speed.
Yeah, playing a lot of those kind of containments, especially there, as you're saying, chipping off the edge. And these defensive backs are playing a lot closer to the line, right near where the linemen are. They're playing very tight there.
3rd and 11, back to pass for Eisenhower. Going to throw a little screen pass to the right-hand side, but College Park is going to sniff that out. Pick up maybe a yard, but it's going to bring up 4th and long. So Eisenhower is going to have to bring the punt team back out on the field here, perhaps. Have a brief timeout here on the field before we get this 4th down play off.
I think that that's just a regular timeout. I know that you still have the 2-minute timeout coming up, which is a new thing that has come in to high school football this year. But trying to stop the clock here, give a little bit more time for your offense to return. And since it's going to be one of these 4th and long situations, I doubt that I would see Eisenhower try to go for it here. They haven't been that effective. You're only down 17. I wouldn't see much of the attack from them. And it would just expect a punt to come out here right now.
Yeah, Jackson, before coming out here tonight for this game, I was looking at the Division II playoff bracket in particular, this Region 2 area where College Park is, and I think the Cavs have a real chance to make a run at this thing this year with as well as they've played and with as wide open as Region 2 appears to be. DeSoto, of course, is going to be kind of the default favorite in the program that's been super impressive out of Region 2 lately, but I think it is there for the taking for really probably one of about 6 teams I could see emerging from this Region 2 bracket. So I think College Park has just as good of a chance as anybody else in this bracket.
And it would be nice to see them, especially with this perfect season of theirs, to make one of the longest runs.
Eisenhower's going to try and fake this punt. They've got a flare pass. They completed it to the right side, a huge hit, but there's going to be a first down, however. Wow, that was a monster hit, but they're going to get the first down anyway.
And who made that hit?
I didn't see the number on that.
Marco Beltran, number 4, Marco Beltran.
Okay, guess we should have guessed.
Yeah,
but wow.
Because he was back to return, but he was able to run right in there and make the massive hit. And I'll describe it here as they were coming up. It was a play fake, as you can see. You throw the little wheel route area, and then Beltran coming up and bringing the hit stick right there on number 85, Isaiah Ramos Miranda.
And that's a freshman for Eisenhower that made that catch and conversion there, according to their roster. So impressive play. It was actually a really creative fake they did. They handed the ball off to one of the upbacks there that's kind of standing near where the punter usually is, and then he kind of rolled out and flipped the ball out to Miranda around the left-hand side as we're looking at it here from our vantage point.
Beltran coming in like a freight train.
Yeah, he came in like a freight train, unfortunately just a bit too late to prevent the play from picking up the first down. So Eisenhower
going to extend their life. Back.
Yeah.
He had the quickness, but, yeah, you're right. He was just a yard short.
Yeah. Yeah, but what a hit, though. Yeah, arrived with intent, as we say. So Eisenhower on the 50, exactly 2 minutes to go until half. Again, Eisenhower received the opening kickoff, so College Park's going to receive first at a half. Shotgun set for Ike. 2 receivers, going to be a sweep right-hand side. Heavy hit once again. My goodness, they're laying the lumber here at College Park.
Brandon Claybaugh making himself. He wants to get on the hit stick action tonight.
That was Eugene Durst. He just teed up there in the backfield with a monster hit. They're actually going to call it no gain. But wow, he arrived there and just, decked Durst on that one.
Brandon Claybaugh, that's a sophomore linebacker. For his size, whoo.
So 2nd and 10 play here. Again, the ball at midfield. Shotgun, 2 receivers for Ike. Back to pass. Going to throw it deep down the right-hand sideline. Receiver had a step, but the ball's going to fall incomplete. Eisenhower looking for pass interference. There is a flag at the line of scrimmage. Not in the area of pass interference. College Park had a roughing call earlier on. Chop block against the offense. So College Park will gladly accept that. Don't see chop blocks called as much anymore, I feel like.
It's all about player safety.
So I feel like the whole below the waist thing where we used to see those cut blocks has been really kind of outlawed from the game.
Yeah, I remember that back in school. They would always try to promote you offensive linemen to come back and then just dive at their legs.
Yeah, we called them stingers, and we actually had an awards category on our goal sheet to see who could get the most in a game. It's usually our fullbacks would end up with all the stingers. And you'd see guys just get flipped out there when they would go and cut them out just above the target area was a few inches just above the kneecap. And Eisenhower's going to be backed all the way up to their own 20 after that call. It's a massive penalty. They're 30 yards short of the original line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and New
40.
Waverly.
Yeah. Nicely played.
Yeah, because Eisenhower is going towards the north end zone for those of you listening, which is all of you. So that's where the New Waverly reference comes in. All right, so shotgun set for Eisenhower on 2nd and 40. Ball's going to hit the turf, and they're going to lose even more yardage back up to their own 14-yard line. So Ike moving completely the wrong direction. And College Park's going to call a timeout because obviously they see now they've got a chance to get some ace field position and maybe pick up another score before half. They can be aggressive here. 1:06 to go.
Yeah, I don't see them trying to go for a fake right here with this type of field position where they're currently standing. I don't think you have 46 yards in your playbook if you're an offensive coordinator for the Eisenhower faithful.
Yeah, I played a lot of Madden, and I still, even in that environment, have not found a play for a 46-yard-to-go situation.
Yeah, unless you had classic Michael Vick. I think that you could potentially get that first down, but not in this situation here.
Or even more classic, Bo Jackson.
Oh, yeah,
For those of you who can go all the way back with
Super
me to
Tecmo
Tecmo Bowl. Yes, absolutely.
See,
Just
kids,
toss sweep or off tackle to Bo Jackson.
Once upon a time, there was this device called the Nintendo Entertainment System. They didn't want to call it a console. It was an entertainment system because until you had your PlayStations, your Xbox, you had Nintendo and Atari. I was more into the Nintendo.
Yeah, excuse me while I go get my life alert. Just reminded me of how old I am, Jackson. Thank you.
Hey, I'm in my 40s. It's okay. I may not look it or sound it. The youth keep me young.
Absolutely. We're waiting on play to resume here. Eisenhower yet to take the field again. Now they're summoning some forces in white uniforms to come back out onto the field here. It's College Park waiting patiently for this 3rd down and 46 play. As we've seen here throughout the night, Beltran playing a single high safety look. Split back shotgun Eisenhower. Was trying to sweep, but the play got blown dead before it could start. Like another penalty timeout. As the final timeout of the half for Ike, so we'll take another brief break here.
Well, yeah, these don't roll over into the second half. Therefore, why not use them?
Yep, Eisenhower wanting to make sure they don't make a really big mistake here when they're backed up the way they are field position-wise, trying to do their best to not just hand College Park another score before half, which, of course, would be absolutely devastating for the Eagles.
Especially whenever College Park is going to be coming back and accepting and returning right there to start things off in the second half. You get yourself 7 here. You're going to be up 24, which another potential score whenever they come back out from the field houses.
Yep, Eisenhower barely hanging on at this point with the way the game flow has gone. 17-point lead for College Park, but it feels double that just with kind of the more of the older school nature of the game that we're seeing here with Eisenhower just keeping things tight on offense, trying to run the ball, bleed the clock, and play defense. So Ike ready to resume here. Splitback's gun, 2 receivers. Heavy penetration by College Park. They're going to stop that play before it starts for another loss of a couple of yards. Late flag comes in at the end of that play.
Yeah, R.J. Wims able to make himself attack Cornish on that, and as you can see, that flag is near the far side.
Yep,
so I'm wondering if it's going to be...
College Park does not seem concerned about it. Is Beltran getting back into punt receiving position? Unsportsmanlike against Eisenhower is the call.
I think that they just called for an ejection on that one for the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep, Eisenhower player ejected as a result of that call, so the punter for Eisenhower is going to be lined up deep in his own end zone, so a chance perhaps Jackson for College Park to maybe come after this punt. 57 seconds on the clock until half. Beltran is standing on the Eisenhower 40, so it's going to be great field position, or should be, either way. Pressure comes after it. Block attempt, don't quite get there. Beltran's going to field it on the bounce, returns it around the left side to the 25. Now he's going to cut back to the right side. He's got space. He's got a lot of space. 20, 15, 10 makes a man miss into the 5. He's going to cut inside. He's going to go down at the 1-yard line. Marco Beltran, razzle-dazzle on that return. Started to the left side. Bounces it all the way back to the right side. What an effort.
A massive effort. This is what he's been doing all season. If you've gotten to see any of his highlights, any of his games, what Beltran does, plays it off the bounce beautifully as it bounces 7 into his breadbasket. But yeah, able to run into coverage, able to turn it around to go to the opposite side of the field, continuing to move, but then he cuts back and is stopped just short of the goal line. He was looking for 6 on that one.
Yeah, great entertainment on that return. So Camden Hughes back out with the offense, 3-by-1 shotgun from the 2 of Eisenhower. Decent starting field position. Motion across the formation. Hughes back to pass, looking to the right. Now he's just going to scramble, looking for the end zone touchdown. College Park steps into the end zone. Camden Hughes, his 2nd touchdown of the evening, pushes the advantage 23-0 College Park pending this PAT.
All you needed was 2 yards, and Hughes got him for you.
Yep, the Cavs taking full advantage of what they're given here at the end of the first half to really put Eisenhower close to the sword here as we head into the locker room. It's Coke on for the PAT. Snap. Hold is down. Kick is up and good. So the advantage now, College Park 24, Eisenhower 0, 33 seconds to go until half.
And while we had a lot of fast-paced play going on, everything stalled quite a bit coming into the final 2 minutes here with the personal foul, with the penalties, with the ejection, and the timeouts. We were expecting to already be in at the half, but Hughes, starting off beautifully after the Beltran return, 2 yards, pretty much stretches into the near sideline, actually coming towards the near sideline into the end zone, into that south end zone, and now leading 24-0, 33 seconds left here in the half. But that's not the 9th rushing touchdown of the season for Hughes.
Yep, the College Park sideline fired up. Love to see coaches running up and down, getting the crowd fired up and into it. Happy about what they're doing tonight, and why shouldn't they be? I mean, as we've been mentioning all along, especially in the preview, about what a dream season this is for College Park so far. And getting a season like this, you just want to keep it going and keep earning another week to play, as we talk about in the postseason. That's what it's all about. Doesn't matter how you win, whether it's pretty or ugly. It's like you just get the job done and try and earn another week of practice and keep the thing going. As Koch kicks the ball back to Ike, it's going to be fielded. This time it's able to be returned. Eisenhower, no, it's not. Again, he did the quick little wave.
He's trying to test these referees. You can't do that this late in the season. They're aware this is the show. These are the bigger referees that are actually going to be playing that have done exceptionally well. You go by their scorecards, they're going to be offered these games, and they want to get the best in these playoff games. Yeah,
and the College Park coaches are actually having a little bit of a discussion about that fair catch signal with the official to their sideline. Like, is there supposed to be a penalty on that when you signal like that and try and return it? I thought it was supposed to be kind of a flag-worthy offense, perhaps, but officials showing some grace to Eisenhower on that by not flagging that.
Just a trick shoulder. Just got to rotate it a little bit.
Yeah. Loosen up the old rotator cuff. All right, Eisenhower back out onto the field, and they're lined up in a formation to down the football here and just get into the locker room. That's what they're going to do. They're going to take a knee and head into halftime. Again, we mentioned College Park up 24-0. Hope everyone stick with us. Come back for the second half of action here tonight. Wood Forest Bank. So far, your hometown College Park Cavaliers getting the job done impressively. Workmanlike effort so far in that first half, Jackson.
Very much so. And, yeah, like you said, College Park getting it done as the clock is about to wind down to 0, but a lot of great things have happened. You had a bit of a slow start. You know, technically you can call this the Eagles' 5th drive coming into the half because it was a end of regulation. But all 4 drives the College Park Cavaliers had before coming in, you know, you had the field goal, then you had 3 straight touchdowns. Anytime that the offense has had the ball, they've been able to execute and put points on the board, and that's what you like to see, especially if you're Coach Coates on that sideline. You took a slow start. Time of possession was heavy for Eisenhower, but College Park able to come and get things going after that slow start on the first drive, and they've been blessed with excellent field position all night. And I like what I've been seeing from these College Park Cavaliers in all phases of the ball. Offense, defense, and special teams. You almost had a touchdown on special teams right before the half.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been pretty clean effort so far from College Park, aside from a penalty that they had on the roughing the passer. That's really the only thing they've had go against them here so far this evening. I don't believe they've turned the ball over, so they've been clean there, taking care of the ball. Done a good job with that, keeping Eisenhower just blanked on the scoreboard. Eisenhower has not been on the plus side of the 50. Maybe they got close once where perhaps they got just on the other side of midfield.
They had the one. We can go over a little bit more after both the bands, you know, they are going to play, so you can actually hear some sweet tunes from the bands.
Yep, we'll turn the field mic up for y'all that are listening along here. We know you can't visually see it, but I'll turn that up. Eisenhower's band is taking the field here first, so we will do that and come back to you as we get closer to the second half and set the table for you.
marching band is under the field leadership of Camden Griffin and GMS on the top. The TCGC Champion Color Guard is directed by Sarah Bryant and Christopher Smith. The band is directed by Timothy Richardson, Derek Shaw, and Christopher Kiro. United as one, we are and will always be. Big eyes. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, performance tonight for your viewing pleasure of the award-winning program for the College Park Cavalier Marching Band, College Park Cavaliers, and our featured twirler, J.C. Conway, and the coaching of Kaden Dickey and Madison McCarty. The World College Park High School is proud to present the award-winning Reveliers. Reveliers in the direction of Miss Allison Lowry and Hillary Bricker. This past Wednesday, the Reveliers competed in the Texas Dance Educators Association Field Assessment and received a Division I rating in the competition. Let's hear from the Reveliers. Revelier officers are Major Kayla Sickles, Lieutenant Major Addison Belcher, Junior Lieutenants Brooke McGrath, Lily Rickerball, and Elise Travis. The social officers are President Reagan Davenport, Vice President Samantha Dooley, Spirit Chair Holly Henshaw, and new member liaisons Quinn McDonald and Lizzie Sousey. The Rookie of the Week is Rosie Fikey. The Spirit Girl of the Week is Katie Meredith. And the Revelier of the Week is Bailey Lawson. Tonight the Reveliers are performing their halftime pom routine to Funky Town. Take it away, Reveilleers. Let's hear it for our College Park Reveilleers. Ladies and gentlemen, now forming on the Wood Forest Stadium field is the mighty Captain Marching Band. Award-winning family bands under direction of Mr. Jeff Boring, assistant band director Mr. Aaron Owens, percussion director Mr. Rob Zavala, and the color guard director Mr. Fernando Rodriguez. Your Cavalier band drum majors are Owen Herring, Alexander Barris, Ella Wagner, and Derek Walker. Tonight, our band will play in September for our featured twirler, J.C. Conway. Take it away, band. you enjoyed the show and get ready for a great second half and go Cavs. Connor ISD would like to thank our press box sponsors for the 2025 season. BJ's Restaurant, Portofino Shopping Center, Shenandoah. Luca de Beppo, Portofino Shopping Center. Buffalo Wild Wings, Portofino Shopping Center, Shenandoah. Chili's of Lake Woodlands and Indian Springs. Chili's of Shenandoah. Culver's of Conroe. David Buster's of Shenandoah. Gringo's of Conroe. McKinsey's Barbecue of Conroe. Outback Steakhouse of Conroe. Raising Cane's of Conroe and Woodlands of Breakfast Road. Red Robin, Shenandoah. Russo's New York Pizzeria Conroe, Shake Shack The Woodlands, Spring Creek Barbecue, Portofino Shopping Center, Shenandoah, Vernon's Country Catfish in Conroe, Lives and Lord Conroe, and Walk On Sports Bistro Conroe. And we'd like to give another shout out to the press box sponsor, food sponsor tonight, Marcella's Italian Restaurant. Great Italian food and a great atmosphere. Check out Marcella's Italian Restaurant.
And I'm back with you live here out of halftime. We hope you at least were able to enjoy the audio of those halftime performances from Eisenhower and College Park. College Park players are out on the field going through their stretches and warm-ups, just a few minutes away from getting underway in the second half this evening. College Park will receive to start the third quarter. Eisenhower deferred the opening toss. Or rather, Eisenhower received first to start the game, so that's why College Park will get it, with a chance to go ahead and add even more onto that 24-0 lead they took through the first half. My name is Jeremy McGrail, been joined here tonight by Jackson Cochran on this audio-only broadcast. Of course, once we get into the playoffs, UIL rules, we can only bring you the audio and not the video, but we hope you are enjoying listening alongside us here tonight. As we try and be your eyes up here in the booth for what's going on at the bank here in Shenandoah with Forest Bank Stadium on this beautiful Friday night. Had a little bit of a wind swirling around on the field, but nothing that's having too big of an impact. For College Park here in the second half, we'll look for a lot more of what we saw in that first half, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, just not giving Eisenhower much room at all to breathe, and on the offensive side, just continuing to get first downs, move the football, and pick up points at the end of drives. Eisenhower's done a pretty respectable job so far this evening of taking the really big plays away from College Park, but the Cavaliers have been happy just to take the first downs, and they've also had unbelievable field position for most of the night so far that they've taken full advantage of. Had Eisenhower pinned really in their own half of the field for most of the night so far tonight, with Eisenhower unable to really move the ball very far. Jackson and I were talking as the first half ended. Eisenhower has only gotten onto the plus side of the 50 one time, where they barely just crossed midfield. There's some cheers from the College Park crowd as they were attempting to raise their run through, but it tipped over, so we're going to have to try and raise up the CP run through again here, try and stand that thing up. So the crowd was reacting in an entertaining way to that falling face down. So perhaps the wind playing a little bit of a factor on standing that up, as Eisenhower now making their way out of their locker room. on the far sideline. Ready to resume play here in a moment. Not sure if College Park's going to be able to get this run through up or not. They're going to give it a shot, I think. Yeah, I was able to get a peek at that Magnolia Cypress Lakes score a moment ago, and the winner of this game, which College Park is on their way to doing just that right now, will play that Magnolia Cy Lakes winner, and that is a 9-6 football game. Last I saw in the second quarter, Magnolia leading Cy Lakes, so that one a little bit closer than I expected it to be, with Magnolia being the favored team there. So we will see how that one turns out. We don't have any venue information quite ready to tell you yet for the next round of games, but of course stand by and we will make that available for you to know, of course, to see if we'll have another game on our hands potentially here at Woodforest Bank Stadium again in the area around the second round next week, as College Park making their way back out onto the field now for the second half. Interested to see here in the second half as College Park takes this first possession in the third quarter, if they just stick to that methodical patience they showed in the first half, just taking the first downs, taking what Eisenhower gives them, not trying to do too much with the ball, and just leaning on this excellent effort that their defense has given them so far here this evening. Seems to be a pretty good formula to go by based on the evidence of the game so far. As mentioned a moment ago, College Park will receive this kickoff to start our second half. So the team's just about ready to take the field and get the kicking and return units out there, ready to rock.
Ready to rock and roll?
Absolutely.
So what were we going over? Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
It's going
coming
over
back up.
The highlights very quickly from the first half, just about the excellent defense we saw from College Park, and just that formula to employ here in the second half. More of the same, don't have any drop-off. You just want to keep things sharp this time of year. That's really the word to use, just to show that you've improved your fundamentals as a team. You're not going to come out here and get sloppy. Just play a clean game and just keep taking what Eisenhower's giving you on the defensive side of the ball. If you have to bleed first downs and just have patient, methodical approach on offense, take just that. Don't worry about the big explosive kind of showtime plays. If they're not there, just keep getting first downs and putting points on the board at the end of the drives.
Yeah, just I remember hearing a couple things, like back in the NFL level, you know, whenever it came to the Saints with Drew Brees, whenever he was at quarterback and Sean Payton was his coach at that time, play caller, you know, it wasn't flashy. It was methodical. It was pretty run-of-the-mill. While you did see some creativity come in from time to time, but as you're saying, continue to get those first downs, continue to eat up yards, continue to methodically move yourself down the field, and that's what we want to see from College Park this second half.
Yeah, it's the beauty of having a balanced team, which we talked about in the first half. It's like they can really do it all. They can play in any kind of game because of the array of weapons they have, as Eisenhower has this ball down, and they're just about ready to kick it. And here is the kickoff. It's going to be a pooch kick. Going to be fielded by College Park. Returned right side for Booker. He's got some space. He can get out there. Has a good block out in front of him. He gets the edge. He's going to get close to midfield on that return, all the way out to the 48-yard line. So once again, the theme of the evening, excellent starting field position for the Cavs.
Very much so, as we can see from up here. You know, starting off here right at midfield, pretty much they're going to be at the 48 of the Eisenhower. But you're already setting yourself up, excellent field position, bring the offense back on field, see what you can do here in your first drive this half.
Yep, good effort is the up back there by Booker. Nice to sneak a guy like that into your shallow line on your return to get a nice effort out of it. It's going to be a 2x2 shotgun set for Camden Hughes here on the first down play with Stevens in the backfield. Back to pass, quick hitch left side rather. Styles, he's got room. He's at the 35-30. Ball comes out at the very end, but it's out of bounds. He's going to be marked out at the 29-yard line of Eisenhower. So nice big gain from Styles immediately on first down. Explosive right out of the gate.
You said explosive right out of the gate. Find him in the flat, able to get some extra effort into the second level, breaking some tackles. He did lose the ball whenever he was being tackled as it went out of bounds, but yet again, another big play from College Park.
2x2 gun. Hughes right side this time. Hitch route complete to Cromartie. He's going to have first down yardage down to the 19-yard line. So back-to-back first downs for the Cavs. So they come out with positive intent here to start the second half, which is exactly what you want to see. Come out of the locker room with energy.
Energy and balance, that's what they want to do. And as you can see, or as what we can see, as they are continuing to be in the driver's seat.
Yep, 2x2 shotgun for Hughes here. First and 10 from the 18 rather. Quick pass left side again to Styles. Going to catch it. Make some nifty moves. Going to be cut down around the 16-yard line. Pick up a few.
And continuing to attack right here near the sidelines. It's just a matter of time, and I don't want to sound like a broken record. They are going to try to go for that vertical play. But if you're being able to execute perfectly with these short, shallow plays, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep, 2x2 gun for Camden Hughes. College Park moving towards the north end zone here. Knocking on the door once again, back to pass. Hughes fakes the hitch route, looking deep now. He's going to scramble around the left side, nothing there. Takes it around the left side, inside the 10, marked out at the 9-yard line. So good play by Hughes, not trying to force anything. Now they're going to move him up to the 8-yard line, actually, give him an extra yard out of it.
And
so the chains are going to move.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and signal for another first down. That's going to be their, I would say, the 9th first down of the entire evening for College Park. And you have to give it up. We've said it in the first half, how well the secondary for Eisenhower has been playing. Nothing downfield. Hughes, even though he had a nice clean pocket, decided to tuck it and run.
Yep, so 4 wide in the formation, motion across with Styles. So 3x1 look. Styles going to look to the right-hand side. Complete to Cromartie around the right-hand side. Goes in, touchdown, Cavaliers. Just like that. Another score on the board for College Park, extending the lead out to 30-0.
So Hughes able to get his second touchdown pass of the evening, and finally we see Cromartie cross the plane, getting into the end zone for an 8-yard reception. Another one of those screens right there from the far sideline, able to get in, barely untouched, was able to cross the plane, getting some activity at the line, but Cromartie, with that big frame that he has for a wide receiver, it's going to be a very challenge to bring him down.
Yeah, Beckett Koch on for the point after. Good snap, good hold, good kick. College Park 31, Ike 0 with 10-12 on the third quarter clock. And on that series from College Park, you saw a ton of those bubble screens. As Jackson mentioned, they were working both the left and the right side of the field. And we mentioned how College Park hasn't really gotten vertical much in this game, but they're like, okay, we'll get on the edge as quickly as we can with those hitch routes and let our talented players make the yak yards, as they say, get those yards after catch, which they're excellent at doing. And that's the beauty of just having the kind of talent that they've got this year at those skill positions. It's like they can go to any one of those 4 guys and get those results for the yards after catch. Kind of similar, really, to what we've seen from the Woodlands over many years also, where they can just flip the ball out there to any one of those receivers and get big gains.
And what I'm really surprised by, whenever they are able to get these short yards after catches, these big screens, hitches, and whatnot, I'm still surprised that you haven't seen a go route right from the seam, because that's one of those things that College Park has been able to execute a lot this year.
Yep, Koch sends the ball away. That's going to bounce into the Eisenhower end zone. They're going to let it go for a touchback. So Ike will start on their own 25-yard line for their first possession in the third quarter.
And Eisenhower tonight not getting many yards on the ground. They were able to get 3 first downs total. One came off of the fourth, and whenever they actually converted on fourth down. One came from a nice big play from Durst earlier, but then also The only other play was that personal foul from the penalty from College Park. And while the Cavaliers have played a fairly clean game, only penalized 3 times in the first half for, I would say, maybe 30 yards total. But a lot of penalties have come on Eisenhower, especially late in the second quarter.
Yep, so shotgun split backfield, some movement, but no flag that I can see. College Park's going to stop that in the backfield for a 1-yard loss.
And your 1-2 punch for your defensive lineman, you had Wims and a song able to get there at the end. But nothing wrong with having this stout defensive core.
Yeah, absolutely. Those two have been making plays all year long every time I've seen College Park. Wims and the song in the backfield, just living back there, making all kinds of plays and really supporting what the guys behind them are able to do, allowing everyone to flow to the football because of the great work they do up front.
Yeah, most of the time, just those interior defensive linemen getting in there.
Yep, 2nd and 11 play, back to pass. Eisenhower looking over the middle of the field. It's picked off, and he's going to take it. 10-5, touchdown, pick 6. How do you like that? Yes.
Senior defensive back Jonah Dinn able to just keep an eye on the QB, and it pretty much, as he was playing back in the coverage, didn't really need to move too much, playing in his zone area and getting that interception. So we've seen big plays on offense, big plays on special teams. Now you got to score on defense.
Yeah, Din, great job sitting underneath that route, getting the pick 6 there, and College Park pouring it on officially here as Koch is out for yet another PAT. I think I mentioned in the first game I called for College Park against Cypress Park. They scored 73 in that game, and I mentioned that Koch was getting more leg work than one of the performers in Riverdance. And here he is again here tonight, working out the leg to a similar degree. So he puts that PAT through to extend the lead to 38-0 for College Park.
And I want to go back to that interception. Plenty of time in the pocket, but we did see he was right there, jumped the route. He pretty much was hanging out in that zone, and Din actually extending, jumping up, and coming down with the interception. I think they were looking for Washington, but when you have someone playing coverage underneath, and especially with the defensive back that was on him, and man, you have that nice little safety net and able to get that jump on him. That's something you like to see from your defensive sideline, from the defensive coordinator, Stephen Howard.
Yes, it is, and great to see College Park coming out of the locker room with a ton of energy and just playing really well. It speaks to the character that these players have really been showing throughout this entire season. It's the only way you put together a perfect 10-0 record in the regular season and have the kind of year that these guys are. Is got to be a team that's together and just really dialed in all phases, and these guys showing a lot of maturity despite being a younger team overall. When you look up and down the roster, you see a lot of underclassmen, a lot of guys that are going to be able to come back next year, and yeah, that's a scary prospect for everyone else with the experience these guys are now getting with all the successes. Koch sends the kickoff back. Eisenhower is going to fair catch that.
Well, they have the ingredients to put together a dynamite team.
Yeah, they do. Just a really special group of players that they've been able to put together this season. Again, just trying to continue to take steps along the journey. Don't put a ceiling on it. It's like, why not College Park this year with the way things are going for them? It's like take it week by week, and who knows where you're going to end up. You can have a really, really special year when all is said and done. So key this time of year, there's a quote, I don't know who said it, but I've liked it ever since I've heard it. It's like, you're only as good as you'll be in your next game in the playoffs. So it's really you're hitting the reset button after every game. So finish this one strongly and then get ready to go again next week. Eisenhower snaps it. Run. Going to pick up about 4 yards on that first down call out to the 29-yard line.
And I believe that was Cornish on the carry yet again and being stopped by the secondary. You had a little bit of Din and some Beltron in on the action, sprinkling in those tackles.
That'll be 2nd and 6 here once Eisenhower breaks the huddle and resumes play. Coming up to the line here now out of that gun. Got 2 receivers in the formation twin set. Quarterback trying to dance and find what he can, but once again, heavy penetration. Just College Park not allowing them to get out of the starting gate on that one. Loss of 2. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8 rather.
So Wims able to come in off the bull rush and able to get past. And then out of nowhere comes Bryce Cooper, senior linebacker, coming to finish the job. But you put in the attack on Durst and from Wims, and then the way that he was dancing in the backfield, evading that pressure, Cooper comes in and finishes the job for Wims. So that's that dynamic, able to do your job, finish the play.
Yep, so 3rd and 8. Eisenhower, 2 receiver set, going to roll to the right. Looking to pass now, taking a deep shot up the seam. Ball's going to fall incomplete, and guess who on the coverage there, Jackson?
I think that was Marco Beltran, who was able to get a hand on the receiver, Jaden David, at the very end, but able to time it perfectly. And as David was coming down with it, Beltran able to extend and cause a disruption to break it up.
Yep, extend and jar it loose.
Jar it loose indeed, and Beltran is now hovering back, waiting to return yet another one.
Eisenhower back to punt. They get the punt away. It's going to be a short one. Going to bounce favorably onto the other side of the 50 just to the 46-yard line. So College Park starting on its own 46 this next series. 7:33 on the clock in the 3rd. Already 2 quick strikes here from College Park, and they can continue piling on here as they get the ball back. Expect to see some guys start to rotate in, perhaps, knowing they've got this game under full control here now.
Yeah, just a matter of time before you start to see senior quarterback Rodrigo Bravo Jr. come in. But right now, I see that they're probably changing things up a little bit with this Wildcat offense. I'm seeing Snodgrass is about to line up under center again.
Got Snodgrass and Stevens in the backfield, 3-by-1 shotgun. And Hughes split out to the lone side as receiver. Be a handoff. Nope. Flip to reverse to Styles. He's going to come around the left side. It's actually a really good tackle by the Eisenhower defender on that side.
Yeah, Jason Washington playing both sides of the ball, receiving, even their return specialist and defensive back. And that's the one thing with what we see on this Eisenhower roster. They have been able to split sides of the ball, but it's just a matter of time before you're playing Ironman football, you start to get tired.
Yep, you get worn out. Huge difference in the roster size of both of these teams as an end around. The Styles there coming around the left side, and had Washington not made that tackle, he's got a lot of room up the sideline. Quick pass out from Hughes, complete. Going to have first down yardage. That's Snodgrass on that reception.
Snodgrass getting the 10th first down of the night here for College Park, being able to be back in Eisenhower territory.
Yep, moves it to the Eisenhower 41-yard line on that catch. Going to reset the first down. College Park in a 3-by-1 gun. Bunch trips receivers to the left of Hughes, moving towards the north end zone. Hughes handoff up the middle to Booker. He's going to wiggle forward for about 5 or 6 yards on that carry. 6-yard gain for Booker.
Wiggle indeed. He's got that slippery quickness, the elusiveness, able to move in between the tackles. And when you have those oily hips, as some would say, able to break for a run, continuing to get his season average right there.
Yeah, absolutely looking nice and fluid running through the hole there. We've got a tight formation shotgun on this 2nd and 4 from College Park. Hughes rides in the handoff, left side sweep to Booker. Makes the first man miss, and he's going to be inside the 25-yard line, but there is a flag that came in around the line of scrimmage.
I think this might be,
holding. Usually not great for the offense in that position on the field when you see Laundry hit the deck.
And especially a massive gain right there from Booker yet again. But fairly clean game. You know, first penalty of this half. About halfway through the 3rd now.
Yep, got to have something on film you can look at and be like, yeah, we can do that a little bit better. Got to have something you can improve on.
Yeah, there's no such thing as perfection in football.
No, there is not. And you learn that very quickly the first couple of film sessions you have as a player, and really looking at the nuances and details of the game. It's really an exercise in a lot of things that are not very exciting to talk about, but man, they are everything. 3x1 shotgun. Now we're going to motion in with Snodgrass, handoff on the power play to Stevens. He's got some room around left-hand side, hits it. He is loose. 20, 15, 10. Inside the 10, there is a flag, however, behind the play after that explosive run by Hughes. Picked up over 30 yards.
I'm afraid this might be another hold there on College Park.
Yep. Another flag is going to be another hold. Well spotted by Jackson.
And that was going to be the biggest gain of the game besides the special teams punt return from Beltran. That one right there from Stevens on the ground. Very unfortunate series of events. Back-to-back holds really pretty much here on this series.
Yep, going to back it up to the 45-yard line. Going to make it a 2nd and 14 now. Replay the down. Hughes looks to the sideline for his play. He's got it. They're going to line up. They've got a twins shotgun formation tight set to the right with an H-back. Back to pass. Hughes going to flush left side, looking downfield, throwing it deep. He's got Cromartie. He's got a touchdown. College Park. Cromartie had a step on the defender, gets 2 hands on the ball and brings it down. Coming up, just all aces tonight for these Cavaliers. Coming out in the 3rd quarter with authority, putting the nail in the coffin.
You know, like we were saying, a matter of time. The go ball right there from Cromartie, getting past 2 defenders, timing it perfectly, getting the 45-yard touchdown reception for the biggest offensive play of the night from College Park.
Yep, Julian Cromartie, his 2nd touchdown of the evening. Koch comes on for this extra point. 5:09 on the clock in the 3rd quarter after that touchdown. Good snap. Kick is into the line and blocked, so that will be no good. Flag comes down at the end, however. See what's going on there.
Yeah, there might be a second chance here for College Park because I think that might have been a face mask late.
Face mask on the defense, number 6. Have this to go, retry.
It'll be a retry after that face mask against Ike.
And that was actually the first PAT miss of the season from Koch, and now he gets a chance to keep his perfection. Now, the only type of perfection we do see is typically on a stat sheet.
I can only imagine the relief he must feel right now getting a second chance at that after that. Yes, I mean, there was nowhere for that ball to go. I mean, it's just straight into a massive humanity. So Koch measuring it up once again.
Anticipation.
Kick is up, and this one is good. No mistake there, so the lead will extend to College Park 45, Eisenhower Love, as they say in tennis.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this on a previous broadcast, but Jackson, do you know why in tennis they say love for 0?
Large guys like me never played tennis. I played racquetball and handball, but no, I do not. Please educate me.
The French word for the egg, which is l'oeuvre. Pardon me, my French is not very good, but like as in the goose egg.
L'oeuvre.
Yeah, you got to give it a little culture
not
there.
Not to be confused with the Louvre.
Yes, and so it was anglicized.
So is that
yes.
the egg? Is that what they call it? The
yes,
egg? Okay,
like
wow.
as in the goose egg. So it was anglicized to just say love. Once it kind of made it, the sport made its way out of beyond France.
Well, I was also questioning the Louvre in France. Isn't that where the museum is?
It is, and apparently we had a heist there recently. I found out about it. I was like, wow, that's straight out of a
Danny
Ocean's
Ocean
movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
we
so
do
anyway,
like those Danny Ocean movies.
There is both a French and a tennis lesson for everyone on the broadcast that no one asked for tonight. But
hey, school is in session right now. We're educating. Yeah. We're not educators per se.
Right, so the kickoff goes back to Eisenhower, fair caught. Beckett Koch sends it deep.
I think that was a pretty obvious fair catch signal that time.
Yeah, that
and
one.
And then more penalty flags being thrown late.
Yeah, a little bit of fisticuffs and handbags and hand grenades, as the Brits say.
Yeah, unfortunate whenever you have a type of score like this, when it's very one-sided, emotions will get the best of you, and there was a bit of a scrum in the middle of the field. Coach is able to break things up, which is very good. But
unsportsmanlike conduct on the receiving team, number 88. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Some frustration coming out here. That goes against Eisenhower. So they're going to back up from where they would have been on the 25 after they step off the penalty yardage.
Yeah, from the way things are looking right now, Eisenhower frustrated that their season's being put to an end now from College Park. Were you able to catch up on a couple things going on within the district tonight?
I was not just yet, but I would like to pick up some scores that are going on. Do you have anything over there?
I do. In the third quarter right now, we do see that Aldine Nimitz is ahead of Grand Oaks, 21-17 at the moment. And then Willis is leading Spring Westfield right now, 10-7. And I believe the Woodlands play tomorrow.
Yep, so some tight games there with Willis and Grand Oaks involved. So here's Eisenhower, first down play, shotgun. They've got a kind of a pistol look there. They're going to go to the up back left side. It's going to spin off of the first tackle. It's actually a positive play for Eisenhower there, about an 8-yard gain, one of their better plays of the evening so far.
A big rumbling, bumbling, stumbling type of carry from Jamar Epkins, able to, you get a big bodied in there from the backfield, playing kind of like a fullback at the tight end and able to truck a defensive back. You know, that's going to be in favor of the running back 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, and Eisenhower, despite the result, I mean, they've stuck to what they're doing on offense, which is this ground game. They haven't tried to spread the field or air it out despite being down the way they are, continuing to stick with what they do and with what got them into the playoffs. And it was a 20-6 win over Decaney that effectively got Ike into the playoffs. So they fake the handoff and try their right-hand side. It's going to be stopped short of the first down, and our guy, number 98, R.J. Wims, the big sophomore talented player.
R.J., and I think that was Lane in there as well. Yeah, number 8, Lane Legger in the back. No, I'm sorry, that was number 9. Whenever these jerseys kind of get bunched up a little bit.
Yep, and it was Eugene Durst. They were able to chop down there short of the first down. Going to be a 3rd and 2 coming up here in a moment. But we got a mini timeout on the field. Looks like we're ready to resume now as players have broken the huddle on their sideline. It's College Park. Chance to work on their short yardage defense here on this 3rd and 2 as Eisenhower is on its own 48, so nearing their best field position of the evening. And Eisenhower just not threatening the College Park end zone at all so far tonight. So they fake the handoff. QB Cornish is going to keep it. Maybe picks up like 6 inches there, but not much more than that. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
And I'd say with the way that they are here with the field position, it's a 4th and short. Go ahead and go for it if you're Eisenhower. What else you have to lose? Go ahead and convert here. Try to get yourself a fresh set of downs. You at least have been able to get some short yardage plays throughout the game. Maybe if you can try to challenge, but you know that College Park is going to send everything in the kitchen sink.
Yep, they are, and with the penetration they've been getting, you have to like their chances. Eisenhower's got to do some sleight of hand here and try and get a little bit of a misdirection element if they can involved in this one. But yeah, down 45, nothing to lose. Here we go, sweep left side. Again, heavy penetration. College Park's just going to stuff that for a big loss of about 4 yards. So Cavaliers' offense is going to take possession. Yeah,
James Carber's coming up from the secondary, able to attack and finish the play and cause a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and he's been another key player for College Park all season out there in the secondary, doing a great job of playing physical on the edge, which you have to have in today's game with as much as opponents stretch the field. And again, coaches working the College Park crowd, getting them fired up. And obviously College Park, as they step through the playoffs, they'll have bigger challenges awaiting them, but you take care of the one that's in front of you and you deal with next week once you earn it and get there, and they're doing a great job of earning that next week here tonight. So shotgun, Snodgrass going to take it around the left-hand side. You can be stopped for no gain, maybe a slight loss. Or Actually, that was number 16 that took that one. That's Corbin Smeekle, a sophomore quarterback who came into the game. I apologize if I'm butchering that pronunciation.
Schmechkel? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to... I apologize as well.
Yep, 3-1, and yeah, we expected to see some new names tonight, which of course sub-varsity players being eligible to move up. Empty shotgun. For Schmechel, he's going to keep it and go straight up the middle. Now try the left-hand side, pick up a few yards down to the Eisenhower 41-yard line.
They said Schmechel.
I like that one the best.
Well, the crazy thing, and we could paint the picture, 16, Corbin Schmechel, he's playing with a cast on at quarterback on his left hand, on his non-throwing hand.
Yep, that is big time right down now. Rodrigo Bravo into the game. He's looking deep. He's going to throw it down the left sideline. Coverage there for Eisenhower. Intended man was number 85, Cooper Boyd, a sophomore receiver. So some youngsters working their way onto the field for College Park here now. It's going to be a false start on College Park there. So they let the play go, but they're going to come back for the penalty.
We're going to have ourselves an official timeout on the field at the moment. See what tends to happen and come our way.
Yep.
But, I mean, Jeremy, this game, it's as you could see, and for those that are listening with us right now here on YouTube, completely one-sided. College Park 45-0. And almost every single time, offensively, they've had possession of the ball. They've been able to score, whether it be the early field goal and then nothing but touchdown since. And then also, not to mention, you had the pick six off of the interception from the first drive of the game for Eisenhower, or the first drive of this half.
Yep, excellent third quarter from College Park so far. Came out of the locker room exactly the way they needed to, and as a coaching staff, that's what you want to see. You want to see your team show some maturity, and it's like don't rest on your laurels and just come out lazy out of halftime. It's like you want to come out and stay sharp because you know as these playoffs move forward, Jackson, you're going to be in games that go down to the wire, and you've got to make a play late in the fourth quarter to keep your season going. So it's like that's what you're playing for.
I agree 100%.
So Rodrigo Bravo is going to stay in at quarterback now, the senior.
I take it Hughes' night is done.
2x2 gun, and yes, you would expect Camden Hughes and the number one receivers to be done for the night. On this 3rd and 16 for Bravo, back to pass. He's looking deep. He's going to take the under route here. Back to the target we mentioned a moment ago, number 85, Boyd. Does a nice job catching the ball, moving it down to the Eisenhower 40-yard line. Set up a 4th and 5. It's 4-down territory, so Bravo's not going anywhere just yet. Now the sophomore, Smeckel's going to come back in. He's got a little bit of a QB platoon going right now. Booker in the backfield. So all sophomores in the backfield right now for College Park.
Trying to see what this program has in store for the future.
3-by-1 gun. Now they're going to shift out. Booker empty, 5 wide. Back to pass. QB draw. Going to gain just about a yard, though. Going to be well short of the line to gain, so the Cavalier defense is going to come back out. Eisenhower taking over possession on their own 39-yard line. Just 48 seconds to go in our third quarter tonight with College Park leading 45-0.
You can see a lot of these seniors down on the field hyping each other up, hitting each other, getting ready for this one. Actually, that was more junior and sophomore linebackers hyping each other up. I think that was Claybaugh, and I think that was 9. So your linebacker and defensive backs hyping each other up, ready for
Eisenhower out of the gun, handoff up the middle to Cornish. He's got some room. He's going to break Eisenhower's best play of the night all the way into College Park territory as he rumbles all the way down to the 34-yard line of College Park. By far, Eisenhower's best play of the night.
Very much so, in Cornish carrying a couple of Cavaliers with them as they're now at the College Park 30.
Yep, maybe he should have been the big back tonight and used like a flexbone style fullback with that kind of run. That was impressive.
And Cornish able to he lost his helmet on that play, and as rules stipulate, you have to sit the next play out, and then you get to come back in.
Yep, so ball on the 34, the most positive field position of the evening for Eisenhower so far tonight. Chance to try and do something positive, but College Park's going to want to keep this shutout preserved.
Yeah, it looks like they're probably going to go ahead and let this wind down here as they were moving left to right, so then they're going to flip the script, and then they're going to be moving from right to left coming into the fourth quarter. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're allowing.
Yep, we're going to go straight to the fourth quarter, flip ends of the field. All Cavaliers here this evening. And look to finish things out here coming up in these final 12 minutes before they can celebrate their advancing to the second round.
A lot of excitement here on the College Park side of things in the stands. Very nice crowd here for the home team. Student section getting pretty active. Went down there during halftime. Had to get my halftime hot dog. A lot of those kids taking up the line, taking up too much time. That's why I was a little late before play resumed for us here.
All good. I knew you were coming back for more. Can't resist a good playoff football game.
Oh,
I'm
of
trying
course.
to find a couple of scores to update people on that may be of local interest. The biggest game that's going on in either bracket here in the greater Houston area tonight is actually this Dickinson-Atascocita game. It was tied at 37 apiece at halftime. My goodness. Yeah, they're having a lot of fun against one another. Crazy game to have in the first round.
Well, not only that, Willis is now trailing Spring Westfield 13-14, but Grand Oaks flipped the script. They are now leading 31-21 over Aldine Nimitz.
Direct snap to Eisenhower. Going to try the left-hand side. College Park tackles him for a big loss. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards back to the 38-yard line.
Looks like we're going to have ourselves another official timeout here and
timeout
slow things up.
Yep, player can receive some attention for an injury. I'm trying to find an update on this Magnolia Cy Lake score here, Jackson, because the College Park will play the winner of that game, and it was a 9-6 Magnolia lead last I saw.
Give me 1 second. I'm also looking for you. You said Magnolia?
Yep, Magnolia Cy Lakes.
Cypress Bridgeland. Bridgeland is trailing Kyle Collins, as I can see. Bel Air, Cypress Falls, Cypress Lakes, Magnolia. So Magnolia leading 9-6 against Cypress Lakes. So they are in the third quarter right now.
Yep, so low-scoring game, and that one very much still in the balance. So, again, that's who College Park is going to see next week. And, again, don't have any venue information on whether that would be a home or away game potentially next week.
I'd love to know more about the stat sheets of that game. Is it more of a defensive battle? Is that Magnolia? Do they have themselves just quite the defense? Because there haven't been many defenses to truly challenge College Park this season.
Yeah, that's been the calling card for Magnolia throughout the season. So if they're the ones that move on, that would be the focus of that matchup. Eisenhower gets the snap, roll to the right-hand side, looking to pass. Picked off once again, and that's Marco Beltran. He's trying to return to the right-hand side. He's going to get loose here, making some nifty moves. Going to return it out close to midfield. Going to go down at the College Park 48-yard line. So second interception of the night for College Park.
And that was Cornish who was able to disrupt and get that shoestring tackle on Marco Beltran. But the ball-hawking safety looking and able to just elevate himself. As Dua Lipa would say, I'm elevating.
Absolutely. Awesome play by Beltran there. Really entertaining return on that one. Did everything he could to break that one. And on offense for College Park, coming back out, Rodrigo Bravo Jr. with Antonio Booker in the backfield. 2x2 shotgun set. Again, on their own 48-yard line, 11:30 to go in the game. Back to pass, Bravo. Quick throw left side, complete. I believe that was back to
Cooper Boyd.
Yeah, 85. Yep, Boyd been heavily involved here since he's worked his way into the football game. Showing the moment not too big for him at all. He's just out there looking right at home here on the varsity level. A 3x1 gun now for Rodrigo Bravo on the 2nd and 6. Right in the handoff up the middle. Going to push the pile forward close to a first down, but just short by about a yard. Number 20 on that carry, Giandovalle, a senior. He's going to stay in the backfield, but in at quarterback now is Corbin Smeckle, who's been rotating with Bravo here since Camden Hughes ended his evening after the 45th points, getting rest. Empty backfield, shotgun now. 3rd and 1, Smeckle's just going to go straight ahead, trying to find the first down yardage. Going to lean forward, trying to push him across. Not sure if he's going to get it. He's close.
They might do a measurement here. I don't think he did get it at all either.
Yeah, looks short of the line to gain. Going to be 4th and inches.
Just comes down to, are they going to want to bring the chain gang out and measure here, or are they just going to go ahead and say it's a 4th and short?
Yep, 4th and short here. They're not going to measure it. 4th and very short. The 3-by-1 gun. We'll see if they just go straight ahead with a handoff here. It's going to be Smeckle again. Right side QB power. He's going to be across the line to gain down to the 39 of Eisenhower. Going to have the first down chains moving.
And right now, all you need to do is continue to work this clock, get another first down, just play with time of possession here. You are going to go home with the win to extend your season for one more week. Nothing wrong with eating up as much clock, and where you kind of were with that field position, kind of that no man's land. You don't have the range for field goal. You don't really want to take a chance and punt it. So go ahead, and looks like there's going to be a timeout taken here on the field.
Yep, timeout on the field. First charge to the half for College Park. Got 9:57 to go in the game after that timeout. College Park just looking to put the finishing touches on this one, see it all the way through before they go ahead and start turning their attention to round 2, take tonight to celebrate, and then come back tomorrow ready to get down to business once they know who they're going to be playing in the next round. In the Conroe ISD Athletics, as you follow along, I encourage you to follow our channels, hit that thumbs up button on the video, hit the bell to subscribe so you can follow along with Conroe ISD action, not only throughout the remainder of whatever we have left this year in terms of what we'll be able to broadcast in the home games. Never quite know what we're going to get here in the postseason, but we take everything we can get and enjoy watching these teams for as long as we get before they start going further away from home as the playoffs progress and the teams are fewer and fewer each week as we cut the playoff field in half every week now from this point on. Start with 64 teams in the Division II bracket, and after tomorrow, be down to just 32 remaining. College Park will be one of those 32. 3-by-1 gun for Bravo.
Try to extend it all the way to Christmas.
Absolutely. Why not?
Oh, no.
Fly sweep attempt. Ball hits the deck, and Eisenhower is going to be on that for a fumble recovery. So the Eagles will take over possession at the 48-yard line, their own 48, so right near midfield.
And that's the first turnover of the night for the Cavaliers. With the jet sweep, little reverse action, you saw Tyler Williams. Well, we saw Tyler Williams get the handoff, but lost a little bit of it and came out. And then you had Eisenhower able to fall on it, and now they're going to start with field position in the College Park, well, close to College Park territory.
Yep, and working several players into the game, it's reasonable to expect that execution probably won't be the sharpest, just with guys that aren't used to quite having the practice or game reps under their belt, but they're still getting some valuable experience and teaching moments that they'll see on film and be able to tighten up and correct as they're running scout team often. The backups, that's usually their charge in the playoffs. Eisenhower, shotgun on first down, sweep right-hand side with Durst. Going to pick up just a couple. And that Dickinson Atascocita game is now 51-44. Dickinson in the third quarter still.
Wow.
This basketball game breaking out there, which is what they did against one another last year. It was a 50-45 game that Atascocita won a year ago. So shotgun 3 receivers for Eisenhower. Going to hand it off left side. Going to pick up the first down yardage across the 40 down to the 38-yard line of College Park with that run.
Cornish getting a nice run there again. And not only that, able to follow his blocker, had a hand on his back, continuing to push forward as he's trying to clear and steamroll their way through. And now they're back in that College Park territory on College Park 38 with a fresh set of downs.
Yep, Eisenhower once again into the College Park half of the field, looking to try and get their first points of the evening. Had an interception by Beltran on the previous drive, so back to pass. Eisenhower, quick pass to the right side. Going to be hit immediately after a pickup of about 6 yards.
Quick route there from Washington, and then you had Tank Campbell, defensive back, sophomore defensive back, able to make the tackle. So as you're saying, a lot of scout team thing going on right now here from the College Park side of things, and it's actually a good thing that a lot of these sophomore underclassmen are getting this type of playing time, especially in the postseason.
Yeah, it's really the perfect way for these guys to get what might be their first varsity snaps for some of them that may have been move-ups from the sub-varsity level. So right side, Eisenhower QB sweep. Durst trying to find the edge, just ushered out of bounds. Going to be short of the line to gain for the first down. Going to be marked out at the 31-yard line.
As we were watching that one, a lot of activity going towards the Eisenhower sideline, continuing to stick with this ground game. Not much passing.
Yep, not at all, and you've kind of seen why, because they haven't passed much, and 2 of them have been interceptions.
Very much so.
So pistol set here for Eisenhower now. Right in the handoff to the up back on that one. Going to be short of the first down. Going to be marked down at the 29-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and 1.
Yeah, I think that was 28 Grayson Williams able to get the tackle there. And then I'm looking at our rosters, and there might have been a number 42 who we do not have on our rosters that we got.
Yep, mystery player coming into the game, as you can see this time of year when all the move-ups maybe don't quite get printed on the updated roster. So here's the 4th down play. Eisenhower in the gun. Some movement, but there's a timeout to College Park first. Cavs going to try and stand up here on a 4th down, get these youngsters and players that have rotated in some confidence in getting a 4th down stop, because these guys work hard in practice, so they're out there trying to go all out and make plays that they may not have a chance to play again this season if the team is involved in closer playoff games moving forward like you'd expect. So, the guys out there right now in the game trying to take advantage of every rep they get, because the only action they might get moving forward will be in practice.
Very much so, and we know that right here from our vantage point, we want to see College Park continue to shut out this Eisenhower team, but you can see, or what we can see, is that Eisenhower is trying to get into the end zone, and if any chance that they have, it's going to be off of this drive right here, right now.
Yep, 4th and 1. So we are just about ready to get this snap off here. Eisenhower's going to be in that gun. Expect them to run a Wildcat style play here, but maybe they mix it up a bit. College Park showing heavy pressure on the backfield handoff. Straight to Cornish. It looks like he is going to muscle ahead for the first down. Going to pick it up down to the 26-yard line. So he had that first down made by a couple of yards.
Cornish able to get that first down for him, and I think that was Sam Farrar, number 13 for College Park, getting in on the mix. I believe that was 45. Liam Young, other linebacker, senior linebacker. So the second line of defense was able to make the stop against Eisenhower.
Yep, just about to the 7-minute mark remaining in the game. Eisenhower in the split backs shotgun here. two receivers. Now they're going to motion out one of the backfield. Quarterback just takes it straight ahead. Durst going to pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, Durst diving forward, able to get positive yards, and a lot of disruption at the line. Waiting to see what they have in store with this second down.
Yep, 2nd and 8 from the 24-yard line of College Park.
And this defense is still playing very, very tight coverage. They're not really anticipating any passing at all. And it's kind of like College Park is begging Eisenhower to throw one downfield.
Yep, handoff left side on the sweep. Some space around that side. They're going to move it down to about the 16 or 17-yard line with Cornish.
A lot of the second stringers, third string players for College Park are getting dragged a little bit from Cornish because a lot of these are underclassmen compared to the size of Cornish, who is a senior running back / edge rusher.
Yeah, you can tell with Eisenhower, it's like they've got a few really quality athletes. They just have no depth at all, so these guys have just got to be going the whole game. And they're running an offense that is really an athlete taking snaps rather than an actual kind of quarterback type of offense. So just trying to get what they can out of the talent they have available. But tough sledding here all night against College Park, which they would have known coming in that, yeah, it was going to be a very tall task for them to come up I-45 here and compete with a team like what the Cavaliers have been. And what's so impressive about College Park this year, Jackson, is they've not only been great against the district competition, of course, as we've seen up close and personal, but on a statewide scale, just in the underlying data, they've been as good as anybody in the state of Texas when you take in their overall victory margin this season. And we mentioned it kind of earlier on in the broadcast. They've only had 2 close games all year, at Willis and then that double OT game against the Woodlands that you obviously called.
Very much so. And not only that, whenever they were playing against Willis, it was close. Then it tended to get...
Yeah, they pulled away.
They pulled away right there in the third quarter. But it was a tight game. And the biggest challenge they did have, I will say, was against the Woodlands because they were trailing and they had to come back. They had to fight so hard to come back and at least make it go to that double overtime.
Yep, shotgun for Eisenhower here as plays ready to resume first down. Going to ride in the handoff to Cornish. Going to move the pile for a yard or two, and that's it.
A lot of big bodies scrumming as they're continuing to plug the gaps, and not much really happening in the run game. Little short yards here and there.
Yep. And Eisenhower actually made its name as a program back in the 90s. They were a wishbone triple option team back then when they were the dominant program in all of the Houston area, along with Jack Yates on the south side. It was basically Eisenhower and Yates ran the greater Houston area throughout much of the 90s, and they were the reference programs. Eisenhower just storied program with that run they had in the 90s. As Durst takes that direct handoff straight ahead. They were really kind of feared by all back then when they were in their heyday, Eisenhower. They made the state semifinals on 4 or 5 different occasions throughout the 90s, including a state championship appearance in 1999 where they lost to the Cedric Benson Midland Lee team that year. And Cedric Benson, of course, the national champion for the Longhorns and longtime NFL player who sadly passed here, of course, not that long ago, but one of the great high school football players of all time. So 3rd down and 8 play for Eisenhower. Fake the handoff, looking for a quick slant. Diving attempt by the receiver. Did he catch it? They're saying he caught it. That was a great catch by Washington. Laid out completely there. And you have to respect that effort.
Oh, very much so. And not only that, the quick slant and diving forward was Washington, able to extend and cradle underneath and not allow the ball to really move. And in this level, we don't really have any form of replay that it would be challenged. So the referees are going to go ahead and give it to him, and it's going to be a 1st and goal here now for Eisenhower.
Ball on the 3-yard line coming up under center. Eisenhower going to just take it, go straight ahead, trying to push in. They're going to signal touchdown for Ike. So that will be the first points of the evening for the Eagles. Get something a little positive for their trouble for traveling up I-45 about 20 minutes.
And that's one of those things that you want to try to have. You know that you're not going to be extending your season. You at least want to put some points on the board because for a lot of these players, it's going to be most likely their last game. And Eugene Durst, senior quarterback, able to finally get into the end zone in the postseason. That's something that you can be proud of moving forward.
Yep, they are. 3:20 left on the game clock as Eisenhower has the PAT blocked by College Park. And flying in on that block, I believe it's number 18. I want to confirm that number running off the sideline.
Maybe it was 18. That was number 18, Caleb Cortez.
Junior.
Cornerback.
Yeah, came through clean and just got as clean of a block as you can get on that situation. So it's a great angle that he took there to get that block. And again, things you love to see as a coaching staff is guys still making that extra effort at this point with the game about to be done here and guys still going all out and trying to make things happen.
It just shows you the type of program that College Park has been able to develop, the depth, the continuation of bringing up a lot of these younger players and giving them the chance to try to get some talent and get some expertise and some reps here in this playoff game for probably some of their first varsity game coming from JV, and able to make these types of plays. You have to really respect that for a lot of these underclassmen.
Indeed. Eisenhower with the ball teed up, about to try and send it away again here. So we will be rapidly concluding our action here this evening momentarily. See, Willis is retaking the lead over Westfield. Onside kick from Eisenhower. Going to be fielded cleanly by College Park right at midfield.
I think that was Blake Jones, 22, able to get the recovery. Yeah, Blake Jones able to get in there on the recovery.
Teams huddle briefly before coming back out onto the field.
Timeout.
Looks like we're going to have a quick timeout on the sideline. Don't know who they signaled, who called timeout. Maybe it was College Park. They have one timeout remaining now.
Yep. Showing 2 remaining for Eisenhower on the scoreboard.
As you're looking through the scores, from what I can see on the stands, the bands are getting involved right now. The College Park bands and the Reveliers having themselves a time right underneath us from our positioning here in the press box, actually. And a lot of the student section's kind of clearing out just a little bit. They're probably all hanging around the concession stand. I know that. See, for me, I was not really typically one of those students that would hang out near the concession stand as the game was going on. I was in the stands watching the games because I would make sure that I would at least load up my snacks and didn't really need to leave much.
Same Bravo handoff inside. And they're going to move it ahead for a few yards here as College Park looks to send this one to the barn.
So what were your kind of go-to snacks?
It's a big gummy guy. I always like to have gummies and like sunflower seeds in the stands, just like good nervous eating food, because I'd always be too nervous to really eat a big meal during a game. So it's like I like to snack and just kind of munch on stuff.
Nachos or Frito pie?
Yeah, I channeled my inner Marshawn Lynch, just not with Skittles.
I don't think they really give out sunflower seeds at the games anymore.
Bravo taking the snap, going to hand off inside again. First down run, and that will move the chains for College Park. It's number 25 carrying the ball now.
Luke Harrison,
the senior, getting some action. They're going to say now that he's just shy, actually, of that first down marker. He's down to the Eisenhower 41 with that carry.
And they're going to let this wind down to the 2-minute timeout, which is smart. Go ahead, and your play clock is right now showing at 20. Game clock's at 2:10. We'll go ahead and let this go to the 2-minute timeout. but a lot of activity still going on within the district from what we can see right now. As you were saying, Willis able to reclaim the lead against Spring Westfield as they're playing. I believe Willis is at home tonight, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And then Grand Oaks is down at Planet Ford Stadium, I believe, down there against Nimitz.
And the first time that Grand Oaks is able to make the postseason in their school history, and taking a lead right now, 31-21, trying to get their first playoff win and extend the furthest that they've ever been in their high school record whatsoever. So I'm really enjoying from what I can see from on the computer, just checking stats here and there. I wish I had a chance to tune in and just get a quick glance during this 2-minute timeout, but you know, a lot of the UIL regulations, can't really see much of things unless there is a paywall to a couple of these sites that you can go to.
So 3rd and 1 for College Park here, and Bravo in the shotgun set. Bravo going to ride the handoff inside. They're going to have the first down and more. Going to break the run out left side 20, 15, all the way down. A great run by number 20 there. Gian Del Valle on that carry, another senior running back in the game. Great job by Gian on that run.
Not only that, the great run, the great vision, able to break through and after initial contact, continuing to turn those legs. And now there's going to be the last and final timeout here being taken from College Park. But why would you go ahead and take the timeout here? Why wouldn't you just go ahead and let the clock wind down? You're going to go in with the W. Go ahead and let the clock try to get as close to 0 as you possibly can and go home. Don't need to continue to make this any further.
Yep, coaches love to keep coaching down there and, keep getting in their points in the huddles. So going to have one last meeting of the minds, I feel like, here, and then they'll be ready to go ahead and polish this one off, get into the field house, celebrate tonight, and then come back tomorrow or the next day whenever they meet and get ready to work and try and start preparation for week 2.
Hope someone has some orange slices in there.
Yep, saw the scouting box down below during halftime for Magnolia and Cy Lakes, where she'd have interested eyes in every round of the playoffs with everybody trying to get a sneak peek at who they might play next. Now we have victory formation on the field for College Park. Best play in football when you have a lead. So they're going to hit the knee with Bravo.
What more can you say about this game tonight, Jeremy, from what you've seen tonight? Just coming in, slow start from that first drive, but it was pretty much all College Park. I know I'm kind of stepping on what I want to hear from you.
Yeah, it's just one of those nights where you're College Park, you come in here in your big favorites, not that any of the coaches and players really look at that information, but it's like you come in 10-0, obviously a confident football team. You expect to be successful in a matchup like this where you're playing a 4th-place team from another district, and so the main mission was just come in here tonight, play as clean of a game as you possibly can, but really the number one item when you expect to win like this is have a clean bill of health once you get out of here.
Very much so.
And just, keep everything intact going into the second round in terms of injury-wise, because you're going to need all hands on deck once you get to the second round and beyond. As I always say, kind of all bets are off once you get to that point of the playoffs. This first round, depending on who you're matched up again, obviously can be a bit of a kind of a play-in game type of deal, but second round, there's no doubt you're going to start seeing quality matchups every week that you're lucky enough to kind of hang around the playoff bracket from that point on. So I think job done in all phases. College Park is going to hit the last knee of the game, and that is going to conclude proceedings. So the final score we're going to have here tonight is College Park 45, Eisenhower 6. So the Cavaliers moving to 11-0 on the season, just adding to the program record for wins in a season every week that they're surviving and advancing from this point on. So dream season continues for the Cavs, and we will stay tuned to Conroe ISD Athletics, of course, to see who they will be facing next week and where that game will occur once we know who emerges in that final between Magnolia and Cypress Lakes. Jackson, excellent occasion here tonight for College Park and great win.
Very much so. playing all phases of football tonight. Offensively, defensively, you had the pick six. You had the dynamite punt return from Beltron. Offensively, with your starters, your first string, you got the job done. You scored on every single drive until you brought in your second string and just to eat up some clock. That's what you pretty much wanted to do. And it, like you said, dream seasons continue to happen here for College Park, and I like what this program has been doing over the last couple seasons and having their undefeated season extend for one more week. And I think that we probably might be coming live here since they are still holding strong, that they're going to get to host their next matchup. And if so, I hope that it's you and me on that call yet again.
Absolutely. Hope we get to do that again. Coach Coates and company doing an excellent job this season and wanting to keep this thing going as long as they can. So excellent effort here tonight, all Cavaliers. And we thank you all for joining us on this Conroe ISD Athletics broadcast. And for Jackson Cochran, I'm Jeremy McGrail. Hope y'all enjoyed following us along this audio broadcast. Hit the like button on that video. Subscribe to the channel for Conroe ISD Athletics, not only for this season, but hang around for next year also as well, as soon as we're done with our ability to bring you audio of these as we move deeper into the playoffs.
And every single game is archived on our stream channel, so you can go back and watch other games from this season and past seasons.
Absolutely. Enjoy all that, stream all that content we have out there to just whet your appetite in between playoff games here. And just been thrilled to have y'all along with us for the ride all season. And yeah, let's keep it going as long as we can for these Conroe ISD teams. So until next time, we will see you later.
Good night.